Welcome back to the Adventurous Guide to the Galaxy, YouTube and Odyssey. Thank you for Dial Jenny's and High Desert Pioneer. I don't know why my chat is not coming up. Oh, my chat, there it is. Dow Jenny's and High Desert Pioneer. Welcome back to YouTube. This amazing video. Now, High Desert Pioneer first comment seems like another controlled psyop to me. All the ones have great makeup and don't seem particularly hungry. Exactly. So, today we're going to be talking about the TikTok explosion. Now, a lot of people have been posting TikTok videos. Sorry, let me adjust my little thingy there. Just woke up. My shirt's a little wrinkled. Sorry. Adjust that there. Now, we have a whole bunch of what I would like to say, like a bunch of TikTok videos. Like now, TikTok, Chinese app, it comes from China. They got the, a bunch of different stuff depending on what country you're in. Depends on what you'll see on TikTok. But in America and Europe, I've noticed a lot of TikToks about people complaining about inflation. Now, it normally would sound, it would be like maybe this is an op, maybe this is a psyop, like the High Desert Pioneer was saying, but I have noticed this going on for quite a while, and a lot of them actually are legitimate, but the issue with the High Desert Pioneer was saying is it looks like a psyop. Some of them might be a psyop because it's depending on how it comes out, but it also might be a psyop because they're explaining it for the wrong reasons. Like a lot of people are saying, "Oh, inflation's getting me," but like they're TikTokers. They're not like financial types of people. Like the reason why I made this video is very funny. So welcome back to the Adventurous Guide to the Galaxy, where we are going to discuss today all the inflation TikToks, all the car. I just watched 7 or 8 days worth of videos, and I tried to make sure that I didn't see the same person on the video complaining. And I've seen a few thousand people complaining about stuff. Now, I went and looked, and I did a lot of looking around at prices and stuff. What's up, Master Rick? Master Rick's in the house. What is going on? So we're talking about the TikTok thing, right? And there's all these prices, and everybody's bugging out. I did notice this in the year right at 2020 hit. I noticed all these crazy price fluctuations because we were doing landscaping, we're doing concrete, and all this different stuff. Dodge Jenny says the U.S. TikTok is not like the real one. This is not like they are real people. Yeah, they're just like I said. They're just a bunch of kids and people that would always make all these TikToks and do all this goofy stuff. And now this trend is coming around where like all the people who just regularly make them, like they don't have a lot of money. Because remember, TikTok, they'll put stuff in your face like the Dylan Mulvaney or the this or the that. But then all these other people, because these videos are being compiled by YouTubers. That's the difference there. TikTokers are not compiling these, right? They'll just make these, they'll get a lot of views. But the majority of TikToks are a bunch of crazy stuff. I used to have it, got kicked off, right? So YouTubers are compiling TikTok videos because TikTokers cannot monetize their videos, even if it gets crazy amounts of views. You have to have millions and millions and millions to even get suggested. Because I have a friend who's monetized on TikTok. He's got millions of views, but he doesn't really make that much money like that. Now, when they come over to YouTube, people are compiling the YouTube, on YouTube are compiling the TikTok videos because they're very, they're going all over the place. And so like on YouTube, you can make money, or you can, if you're not talking about stuff like that we normally talk about over here, you can make lots of money. So people are compiling these videos, right, on YouTube, and they're saying, well, what do you guys think about this? And all the YouTubers are commenting, hey, I know that person, or hey, maybe I know something like this. It seems like a psyop because people on YouTube are just excuse me, I don't mean to curse, they're just on a different level. Now, the average TikTok user is a Gen Z or Gen Alpha, like a kid, straight up kid, or some older people that happen to have TikTok. Nothing wrong with that. That's not the point. The point that I'm making is that I've noticed this because this is how I do consulting for people. And when I do consulting for people, this is the information I tell them how to run their business. And people who listen make lots of money and do well. People who think I'm joking, they just continue doing whatever it is they're doing. That's fine. Every single social media website has a core user base, and it actually depends on what you're actually doing, how you make money. So, for example, Facebook Marketplace is for like a little bit older people, like maybe like upper 30s and 40s, to maybe like 50s and 60s. It's like a family-oriented type thing, but they have news and all different types of other stuff. That's why Facebook is not necessarily the place I would go for news, but if you wanted to broadcast a business or something to people that you know personally, and something that your family and friends would enjoy, like a business or something like that, that's what you use Facebook for. Instagram, models, animals, guns, and cars. There's lots of other stuff on there, but the majority of things that I see that get the most views, you press the circle page, the page, a little magnifying glass. It's going to be all girls, cars, and guns, or just things that you like. Just it's very picturesque, right? there's videos on there, like I said, but it's mainly for those types of things, ranging from about 18 to about 40 is about Instagram. It's like really spicy, hot stuff. Like I said, I see stuff on Instagram you could never put on YouTube. Not anymore. This isn't like the 2015, 16 YouTube. You can't do that type of stuff anymore. That's what Instagram is for. You can make money there. Now, TikTok is a very young user base. That's why a lot of the people that are on there are very young. The millions and millions and millions and millions of people that use TikTok in the US, I'm just going for the Five Eyes nations like New Zealand, Australia, America, Canada, you know what I mean? Like those in Western Europe, that's what I'm mainly talking about because that's where these videos are coming up. Inflation has already been crazy in all these other countries outside of that, and it's just welcome to the rest of the world because they're getting jacked over. Now, TikTok is a very young user base, so when you have all these videos that are like, I don't understand inflation, oh my God, remember, it isn't necessarily a psyop. Like I said, there is psyops on there, but these videos are being pulled and compiled by YouTubers because YouTubers like, hey, I see something very funny, I'm going to have to make a video about this, right? And so it's not necessarily a psyop because TikTokers are fucking kids and they don't know shit. They can be psyoped, right? But they can't conduct a psyop on their own because they're just using TikTok. They don't know they're getting pulled in and getting used for all this different stuff until they turn back like, wow, I was used for all this stuff. So whenever you have these TikTokers that are like, oh my God, the inflation, what is all this stuff? Remember, these are the same people that said, oh my God, you don't know. If I vote for this person or that person, they love me, they're going to treat me well. They would never do that. And then now that all this stuff is happening, they're like, oh my God. And over the years, TikTok has changed. It went straight from like in the early, I guess like 2018, 2019. I don't even remember when TikTok came out. I don't even remember. I made one in 2020. Whenever it came out, like I guess before 2019, nobody even really cared until the pandemic hit. Because then everybody jumped on and was like, oh, doing like good old pandemic stuff. But then that kind of petered out, and then people just became like overtly political, one or the other, and they just kind of screwed themselves. They don't really know what's going on because like, oh, these people that make money every day by screwing everybody out of it and having a giant PR campaign, aka the news, rope me back into not believing they just did that to me. Oh my God, why would they do this to me? And then that's the TikTok, right? And so now TikTokers are complaining about inflation and all this other stuff. Remember, look back at all their other videos of what they talk about. I've been on TikTok. They're probably talk. Oh, this is my car. This is my cat. It's kind of like the beginning of Facebook again. They're just talking about random little stuff. Sometimes videos go explode because there's so many people on there. They have an algorithm that just hyper explodes things that are like that can be popular. Because like I said, it's run by a different country. It's a whole different type of thing. But it's so good that YouTube even added shorts. The videos that are like up and down, like what do you call it? The picture video or whatever, and they have the algorithm that runs super hard. So that's why, you know what I mean? That's why YouTube came up with shorts to compete with TikTok and Instagram in that little short video section clip thing, right? Very popular type of video. It's short attention span, but it's good to, like I said, it's not always attention span. Sometimes people are genuinely busy. They don't have time. So they just want to catch something. They'll save it and they'll go back and research it later. But that's TikTokers, right? They're just regular kids or just, maybe like some millennials or people that aren't necessarily, like if you were really, really into this type of stuff and you were really into markets, money, gold, you'd be here on YouTube doing it with us. You'd be right here. You'd be right here on YouTube looking at TikTokers like, wow, these people are dumb. Like, do they not understand? Did they not see this years ago? No, they didn't. Sometimes it's hard because even like the most goofiest other people on YouTube who we do battle with, even they're like at a certain level to where like people on other apps, they're just like, because think about this, they come to YouTube. When I say welcome, I really mean it. Welcome TikTokers. If you're a TikToker going to watch this video, because this will be a playback going on later. If you use TikTok, share this video with another TikToker because it actually might save their life. Because y'all genuinely don't understand. You've been psyoped. You've been used as a psyop. Some of y'all even came at me probably or some other people on YouTube being like, oh, you're a white supreme and all this other stuff. When there's actual white supremes out there, you don't even know who they are. Because trust me, if you actually went after people, you'd be scared or whatever. You would. I'm not. It's not very many of them, but they're like feds. And like it's like a whole underground, different story, right? Here on YouTube, this is what we do. Long form videos where we talk about stuff and there's no wiggle room. There's no like, oh, well, it was just a little blurb, a tweet, or it was like a tiny little a meme or something. No, this is real deal stuff. Welcome to YouTube. So this video is to teach TikTokers that this is the place to go. When you're wondering and you're going, put up a video on TikTok and look it up and, do whatever. But if you're actually genuinely not like a person who's just participating in a trend, like High Desert Pioneer said, even some of the girls on these videos are like, oh yeah, just because I get my eyebrows done, I don't pay for this, so blah, blah, blah. Like, they are even arguing that some people on TikTok are like, this doesn't seem real because you look like you have lots of money. And that's even the point. A lot of these people who have money, sorry, this is going crazy here. Maybe if I go this way, it won't act so crazy. A lot of people who even have money, right, they're complaining too because, again, it's not a psyop if they're just that stupid. It can be a psyop still. It can still be a thing that's going on, but it's kind of like a phishing scam to see how many people really are feeling this way so they can gauge like I said, the algorithm comes in and see, this many people out there, percentage are upset about inflation and money. Okay, run some political campaign and say, oh, we're gonna help with inflation or whatever. Like I said, that's what's going on. If TikTokers genuinely have no idea what's going on, that's why they're saying all this stuff. Like, I was watching a video just before this where they're talking about car payments. It was this guy compiled a video, a YouTuber. He's sitting there like a little half screen. He's looking like this. And he's like, we're going to go through some of these TikToks and see how dumb these people are. Like, not my words, but he was saying this is how stupid they are. And they're talking about, remember, TikTok collects the people who do car payments every month, like $1,200 car payments. Some people had $1,200 car payments, but the average was like $600 to $800, right? That's what I'm saying. They're phishing and engaging, using it as a decompression tool. Exactly. So that's what we're doing. We're breaking it down on YouTube because on TikTok, they genuinely don't understand why this is going on YouTube. We're talking about it laughing like, look, this is a gauging tool. We're going to see this is how many people actually they got caught. They got the hook right in the mouth, just like this, while the economic stuff. Because on YouTube, let's just say, for example, the High Desert Pioneer, he'll post a bunch of stuff and we'll just talk about, hey, inflation, gold, and we'll have a laugh about it because we know what's going on. But TikTokers, until it's like their house is completely getting taken or there's a bunch of ones about rent where they're renting apartments and like they don't know who owns it. They're just like, whatever. Because I went through this too. And that's why I don't rent I rent an apartment anymore. This one chick's rent went from $2,100 a month, which is already pretty insane, to like $2,900 a month. And it was just all these different things where I'm like, there's no way that these people are this like just ridiculous where they're just like, oh yeah, I want this new car. I'm gonna pay $800 a month and have a $2,900 apartment a month plus insurance and all these different things. And I thought about it, I'm like, I do know people who do this because remember, YouTube is the type of people who are like, I can't believe back in 2014, 2015, 2016, a lot of people like me, the people that are in the chat mostly, we came here, we're like, this is ridiculous. I can't believe that, the USA is so wild. We're going to start a community of people to talk about this, and we've been here. These people are either new or they've been on social media and kind of just like, just kind of taking pictures. Oh, funny how. They're like, oh my God, I have all these problems in my life. I don't know where to turn. So now they're going to TikTok and they're getting stupid advice, which is curated by these companies to give people dumber advice. Because remember, just before this, I watched endless TikToks for driving my car, listening to just how stupid it is. People saying, "Oh yeah, you got to get this," and like just goofy stuff that they allow to have millions of views. People listen to that, and now it flips around. All these people that listen to it are complaining, "Oh my God, I have to pay $2,900 a month. I have to." It's just like, bro, get out of New Jersey, man. Like, you might have to move. Like, didn't y'all remember the great 2020 migration inside of the United States where everybody moved out of the city but still in the same state, just to an area where it's lower and all that different stuff? That happened. A lot of people moved and got out, but these are the people, the laggards, who are just now figuring out that all these different YouTube trends were happening, but they weren't Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter, or whatever. They're always doing some political stuff and all different types of things. We do that here, but we do it so much better. Welcome. And I've had a lot of TikTokers, people that use YouTube and TikTok, but they're primarily TikTokers. They're younger kids. I go around the neighborhood. I go to different places. I talk to them. And they're like, man, I can't believe all these prices and all this stuff. So I'll be like, look, you need to learn where to look. Because that's what they want you to see, that there's nowhere to go. There's plenty of things that actually are still good, but people don't know. Because like I said, they don't know the landscape. They're coming in, let's say like here on YouTube, we're level 156 because all the years we've been hooking and jabbing on the internet, doing absolutely crazy stuff. I talked to somebody yesterday on the phone, a friend of mine. He went to Montana, or no, he went to North Dakota or something, hanging out with his family. And he talked to somebody. He's like, wow, because we're talking about the Maui fires. And we, started talking about how this guy moved and all this stuff, and talking about the 2017 Las Vegas thing. He literally had no idea that that was like a psyop. Totally, like, people were hurt, they were killed. I know people. My uncle lived there. He was like, "Yo, some crazy stuff was going on," and all this stuff I put in the video, which I did back then. And then on the news, it comes out something completely different. That he was like, "Oh, I just never thought of it." And now that he went through something, and he saw the news be completely different, he's like, "Oh my God, they just lied. The news lied about." I'm like, "Bro, it's 2023, bro. You're very, like, you almost didn't make it. If you're just now figuring out there's something going on, bro. Like, I'm glad that you have just realized something's going on, but like, you're just like, here's a cliff, and they're like, they're just barely." They just barely open up their minds. They might be able to be saved. That's why I made this video for a lot of people, because it's hard for me to understand that there could be people like my age, younger or older or whatever. They completely are just living an oblivious life. I have people. We all know people like this. I mean, they could be making millions of dollars, but the reason why they're making these TikToks and complaining is because this one guy, he made like 200 something thousand dollars a year, but he's so piss poor managed his money that he's still living paycheck to paycheck, making almost $200,000 a year. You see what I'm saying? Like, they have the house, they have the mortgage payment, which is like absurd because they live in a place like, even here in Central Florida, they have a Vanguard in Black Rock purchased like some giant land and built a super cookie cutter neighborhood, which I absolutely hate, by the way. And the houses are about this far apart. And man, these things, my house is not big. This house right here is not that big, right? It's a 3-1. Got a nice yard. It's nothing crazy. These people have houses that are about this size with an eighth of an acre yard going for like $400K and up, right? Fair enough. Like I said, if that's what you like, cool. But like, if people are getting that and they're getting the crazy high interest rate, they're getting the super car to look a certain way with the crazy high interest rate. They probably work a lot, so they have to have daycare. And if they don't have that, they have the internet. You have all these other things. And when you don't pay for something, like, a lot of people can't save up the money and just buy something and then save up the money and buy something. They have to have it now, which is fine. The option exists and it's fantastic. If you need a car, you need a house, you need this and that, it's fantastic. But if your lifestyle, right, if your lifestyle makes it so that you have to have something that you don't need, but it makes you feel a certain way, that could be an area where you could change it up. Now, I'm not saying that there isn't economic problems out there. I completely understand. But like I said, for example, a lot of people will go to a car dealership because they want a car, big fancy dealership, new car, and all this other stuff. If you can find a car salesman, there's a reason why they make jokes about it, because it's a very difficult place. But if you can find a used car, buy a car from somebody you know. I bought a 2004, in 2019, I bought a 2004 Toyota 4Runner. It had like 180,000 miles. Have a good one, Diogenes. Hey, it's good to see you later. Thanks for stopping by. I bought a 2004 Toyota a Toyota 4Runner for $4,000. It was clean on the inside. It ran. My dad lived in Florida. He drove to Iowa and back, drove to Nebraska and back, and then I just recently sold it to a buddy of mine who drove it up to Washington State, here from Orlando, Florida. And the only thing that I did to this car is I had like the rear differentials in that fixed once, and just redo the engine a few times. That's it. And a lot of people are paying like $6,000 to $7,000 in car notes per year, and they don't even own it yet. Like, at least that's different. I'm talking about they're actually going out of their way to buy a car, and it'll take them forever to pay it off. It'll take them forever to pay it off, right? What is the point of this, right? All these different things that are going on, right? You can't live in the age of inflation, crazy inflation, right? You can't live in age of crazy inflation and have all these payments stacking up. Normally, if you could pay for them, because if a dollar stretched a lot further, that would be one thing. But think about this. The first of the month, you'd have to save up all your money, and you're like, all right, first I got to pay all these bills, pay all these bills. You can't live your life like that, right? Take your time, save up the money, and buy something, so when you have it, you just have it. You have a car, it just works. Again, YouTube is a different animal than TikTok. If you know any TikTokers, send them this video. And if they primarily use TikTok, they're younger kids, send them this video. Live your life differently. I promise you. It's a different animal, right? There's many different ways to make money. And if you only have one way money's coming in and you have 10 ways that money's going out, that you need to take a picture, a mental picture, even if you have to draw it on a board, whatever. Take a mental picture of that, right? And just like actually be honest with yourself. This isn't good, right? A lot of people make a lot of views on TikTok. They make lots of views on TikTok, but you're not getting any money. So what you need to do is have multiple different types of social media. If you're going to be a person who's spending time doing something like making TikToks, you're not getting any money out of it, at least get those views because people are viewing it and use it to, redirect it to something that's actually legitimate that you can have to help better your life. For example, like there was this girl who on YouTube, she compiled all the TikTok videos, right? And she was like, hey, I know there's thousands of people going to be watching this, but one of the TikTokers that I got this from, their cat got attacked by a dog. Please, go if you can help this person, help them pay, these little girls, help them, get their cat to the vet, and it costs a lot of money. That helps. See that right there? That's you understanding the technology that you have can redirect things to a different place in your life. There's all these views and all this news stories and all this stuff going on in the world, and if you can draw some of that energy to your life, you only have to have a video go viral once to be able to be like, hey, here's my this. Hey, here's my that. Boom, that's all you need, and you can keep going. You see? Even with TikTok, you don't even make money to it. That's how you can actually find TikTok, use it to make money in your life. Now, when TikTokers are confused, like I said, the whole point of this video, TikTokers are confused about this, confused about that. You come to YouTube, this is a different animal. Like I was just talking with some of my buddies in the chat. There's so much going on that like a lot of these people are so new, a lot of you don't realize you've been psyoped. You have. You have been convinced that something wasn't a certain way until it was too late, and now you realize how bad it is, and there's no going back because it is what it is. Not every place in America is just, super rent so high, it's terrible. There's a lot of places where you guys are living. You're living in apartments or in places that someone doesn't personally own it. There's people who jack stuff up too, but there's plenty of places you can find that are good. It may not be in the hippest, most coolest part of town or whatever, but you're going to be in the coolest part of town and you're going to have no money in your pocket. Fancy clothes, maybe you're the type of person who likes to, thrift, and you can sell, you can eBay and do all that type of stuff, but not everybody's like that. If you genuinely are wondering why inflation's hitting you so hard, start with your personal finances. Are you making money? Do you have a job? And when that money comes in, what do you do with that money? If you've already paid all your bills, you've already done all that stuff, hobbies are great, but a lot of hobbies can make you a lot of money. People need stuff, right? Everybody needs something, and there's always a way you can, help somebody, and you can do great, okay? So, like I said, there's so many different ways inflation is kicking people in the teeth, beating them down. They're all shocked and sad, but, come to YouTube. I will be putting in this, in this video description when I'm done, because it's a live stream, I'm going to put, I'll put, obviously, the High Desert Pioneer, Master Rick, my two buddies that were just in the chat, but I'm going to be putting down below in the chat when I get the time, because I have my computer here, I'm going to be doing it. I'm going to be, looking at my computer here. I'm going to be putting down here a bunch of other YouTubers who you can learn a lot from, who are absolutely just amazing, right? We be putting it down over here. Y'all on TikTok, because again, over there on TikTok, you're like, oh, we can do 3-minute videos now. We can do 10-minute videos now. People on YouTube are doing multi-hour live streams with charts, scientists, politicians, and, the highest rank, the highest, privileged people in the world. They're shaking over these YouTube videos, man, because we're out here putting it down. We're really doing it over here, right? So like I said, this is the place to be. Now, like I said, Gregory Manarino, I can name High Desert Pioneer. We can do Gold Money and Guns. We can do Crypto Hulk. We could do me. We could do Brandon, Stacker's Guide to the Galaxy. I do all kinds of people. You can learn about so much different type of stuff. Here's another one. I used to not have money. Okay, I got out of the Marine Corps. I was living by myself. Apartment was crazy money. The GI Bill didn't cover everything. I had a job and going to school full time. I used to pick change off the ground. Like I see a penny. Ooh, I'm getting that. You know why? Because like I said, why not? Quarters, penny. I had them all. And then when I realized one day I got this book. I don't have it with me. Some actual change is worth money. Like I took this dime that I found. Actually, this nickel I found into this guy that I have at the coin shop here. It was $10 for that one nickel. One nickel was worth $10 because I found it. Like I said, and then the time I spent, instead of going out partying and doing all this other stuff, I was watching YouTube videos from 2014, 2015, 2013 and on, just watching YouTube videos crazy hard. Like, dude, there has to be a way. Because back in 2013, I was like, dude, there's no way I'm going to be able to like sustain myself with all these bills. Remember, there's so many different types of bills: insurance for this, insurance for that, internet, phone bill, food, car payment, house payment, all these different things I was doing by myself. Like, this isn't going to work. This is, there's something going on here. So, like I said, I started watching YouTube videos, started learning, okay, some things you're going to have to cut out. You don't always need this and that. So I remember I consolidated, I got the rent and all the utilities. I moved to a place where all the utilities and rent is in one thing. And then everything else, I bought the cars that I saved up money and purchased the car. So I wouldn't have to have car payment. Not being slogged down for those couple years allowed me to work. And then now everything I have, I own. I don't have any payments. The only payments I have per month is rent, utilities, and a gym membership. Other than that, I got too much stuff going on. I can't remember monthly payments. It's really hard. And like I said, even if I have something else I'm forgetting, like maybe Adobe Illustrator, I can't remember that. Because like I said, monthly payments, I'm not good with that. So even in my mind, I pay everything off up front so that years later, I'm not paying on it. Like, oh, I bought that years ago. People say, how much you pay for this? Like I said, I bought my truck, $20,000. I'm going to trade it in my 4Runner. Like I said, I sold to a friend. I took that money that I had, a couple $1,000s I got for it. After the 2020 car inflation price, that 4Runner is worth like 10, 11 grand. I'm like, dude, I'm not going to jig my friend for that much. So I sold it to him the same thing I bought it for, right? But I took that money and then I put it down on another truck, and then I say, hey, I'll pay off the rest in like a couple of weeks when I get the money. And I just paid the truck off after over a couple of weeks. And I just have a truck that it's paid off. Like I said, I go fix it. But then some of the things that I do with my spare time that people have, it's not spare time. I watch YouTube videos. Remember, since 2014, I've been watching videos. So in my mind, I'm the type of person who learns things instead of just being on social media, on TikTok, watching trends. My trend is to learn how to fix this truck. So I'm always learning how to fix stuff. So am I going to take my truck to the place and spend $800 to get it fixed? No, I'll go to the store, spend $150, buy the parts, and fix it myself. That's a Saturday afternoon. That's how it works. Or guess what? I have a friend down the street. He knows how to fix trucks. Take it to him, give him $120, get some beer, hang out for a little bit. Your truck is get fixed. Again, you know people who know how to do things. Go to your friends. Go to these people and say, hey, aren't you this type of person? Aren't you that type of person? I'll give you a little bit of this, or I'll help you out with that. That's how you beat all these numbers. You take down the number of ways that money's going out. Remember, if you've got one way money's coming in, you got 8 ways money's going out. That's not a plan. That's not a viable plan. So when people have a partner, like let's say you're married, you have friends, roommate, whatever, you have a couple ways money's coming in, and maybe the same or a little bit less. Because like I said, you just have to figure this one out. You have to just think about this type of stuff. What are you really doing? You feel what I'm saying? Like, what are you? That was crooked the whole time. What are you? What type of life are you living? A lot of people, they live, like I said, for example, a lot of these TikToks I see, they're in the UK, they're in London, they're in New York, they're in up north, or popular cities, right? Popular cities are expensive. Popular cities are expensive. You live in a city, you got to pay for all the things that you may or may not use in the city. That's fine. Where I live, it's not that crazy. Like, it's getting nice. People are trying to charge a lot of money for houses, but a lot of people are like, nah, I'm not paying that. And then like houses are just sitting open forever because people ain't paying it. So then it comes down. You gotta come down, unless there's like these major corporations coming in, buying everything up so that you can't rent. That's another thing. And they just jack the prices up because they don't need the money. They're just being rude to try to screw you over. That's another thing that's happening. A lot of TikTokers are new to the fact that a lot of these people in these higher up places are not your friends. And when I say not your friends, I mean they genuinely every day wake up and they laugh at how badly you're suffering. A lot of people don't believe this. They don't. A lot of people genuinely don't believe this. And it's sad. It's sad, but it's the truth. TikTokers they're a new group of people who are new to social media. I think, not all of them, but a lot of them are. And they think that, oh, I got my little views here and there. Oh, I'm getting views. I must be. And also, no. You're being used as a weapon to make other people think that this is this way or this is that way. Now that you're suffering, all these videos are going out. People are like, oh, how are the views helping? How is that? How are you translating those views to helping you with this? Welcome to YouTube, where the actual heavyweights be clapping it up over here. Yes, absolutely. Yes, they are buying. Okay, major corporations are buying up everything and jacking the price up in some areas just so that you can't have something. That's a fact. If you don't believe it, hey, welcome to YouTube. All the other types of things that I talked about, that I mentioned in the beginning of the video, the politics, the economics, the foreign policy, all these different things, it all matters. Once you can put, it'll take you a couple years to be watching and see how it's going on. Once you can put it all together, then you can say, oh yeah, here they come with some BS. Is this going to happen? Again, there's so many real estate people on YouTube that have fantastic channels that can talk about this, prices here and there. But again, if you're on TikTok, you would never know this. You were just looking at certain people who are genuinely new to social media. I mean, not saying that all of them are, again, but a lot of them are. I'm telling you, YouTube is a different animal. You come over here, you're like, oh my God, what is this? I've been told by TikTokers, YouTube is right wing. Oh my God, it's so scary. There's all these. What are you talking about? Bro, there's people over here that are literally have a YouTube channel with a phone, got whole governments terrified because they're just breaking it down. Nah, this is bullcrap. Here, da 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 da. Whole populations getting their lives turned around for the better because of one YouTuber. Facts. I even named Mr. Medicare saved a lot of people's lives. I would say they censored my channel because of how fast the views were going out and people were getting changed back in 2020, right? They deleted some of my videos. That's how badly we make change over here in TikTok. Again, you can get lots of views because that's the way the algorithm works over there. It's not the same. Okay? People from TikTok, they come over here, they're like, oh my, people from Facebook come over here, people from all these different apps, like, oh, I never use YouTube. They get over here, they're like, oh my, whoa, these guys are firing on all cylinders every day. Yeah, that's right, every day. Absolutely every day. This gold, this silver, these stocks, this crypto, that's all we do, man. We having a great time over here. And like I said, this is just a live stream video. I got my phone in a little clip. I have like my computer, and I just OBS just took a crap. So I got StreamYards. I'm gonna actually be able to bring up my charts and all my analysis and stuff. I'm telling you, man, this isn't a joke. There's some real professionals over here that are like this, duking it out with whole entire governments, just taking them down. This guy, Mental Outlaw, he does the videos about electronics and he does a video about electronics, AI, and all that type of stuff. Every time Tesla or Elon Musk or some politician or whatever, oh, we're gonna do this and that, he just comes out with a video. Look, this is crap. Source code. He tells you how it's done. I can understand it easily, but like I said, the average person, when they hear Tesla has an auto drive function where you can just get in and it'll drive you, and he's like, let me tell you how this isn't exact. It's like an advanced version of cruise control, and it can kind of see stuff. Tesla cars have run over a lot of people and killed them because like they see a person in the camera, it registers that's not a person, and just hits them. It's not ready yet, but people wouldn't know that unless they either got hit by a car or were in a Tesla and hit somebody, and now you're in deep trouble, or you were on YouTube for many years listening to people like us actually breaking it down. That's how you can beat inflation. That's how you can beat all these crazy prices. If you knew that crazy stuff was coming, you'd be able to escape it, right? That's why YouTube's a different animal, because you come from TikTok, and it goes from trends and quick stuff to, YouTube invented shorts to compete with TikTok because it'll get the younger crowd in. But my thing is, when they come in here, they're like learning all this stuff. Boom, here we go. They're gonna be like, "Whoa, YouTube's it changes them fundamentally." I have seen TikTokers when they start a YouTube channel. It's way different. Unless you just like have an audience of people who's like singularly focused, or they're like a political or like a gamer audience, or like one like super type of very niche audience. You're going to get a lot of different types of people on YouTube. When you come from TikTok, you come over here, you're going to get a lot of different type of stuff. You're going to be like, yo, even people in the comments, they're not playing around. People in the comments be dropping that heat, okay? And like I said, if people come to your comments and they're like, this person's dumb, they'll just whatever like this. But if people, because like I said, it's regular people like you and me, work every day, contracting, doing all types of stuff, military veterans, professional scientists, all types of stuff. They're on YouTube. They're really getting it. Again, Dr. Shiva, Derek Guberman, all the people, I'm going to put them down in the below after this video is over. This will help TikTokers. If you know TikTokers, again, send them this video. It will save their life. I'm going to tell you, you need to come over here and park up. Get a little camp. Get a little spot over here on the YouTube world. It'll save your life. Now, let me see what else was I going to talk about. So again, we had the rent prices. We did car stuff. Like I said, buy the cars outright, save up. It might not be cool. It might not be fancy. Oh, people are going to laugh at me. Hey, they probably leased their car, or they're probably renting it, or, they got a car note. It's probably like $800 a month, and they're sad on the inside. Okay? Don't be that. You can smile all you want, but it's tough. I get it. So like I said, If you can do all this stuff, like I said, I know it's very tough. There's a lot going on out here. But again, money's coming in one way. You're making money per hour and you spend it per millisecond. That you have to change that up, right? If you learn to drywall, learn to fix drywall. Depending on what state you live in, right? Depending on what state you live in, you may not need a permit to fix small things, or you could just go to your friend's house and if you learn how to fix small things around the house, it's not money per hour, it's money per job, per thing. And you say, hey, I'll fix a sink real fast, $300. You would have spent that time watching Netflix and binging and being sad and eating ice cream and doing like the TikTok thing where you talk about how sad you are and you go on this entire day's long worth of little video clip. I've put together videos before. You do all these little video clips about, first I'm depressed, so I'm going to start my day, I'm going to do that. You just spent an entire day clipping videos of spending money, going to Starbucks and doing all that stuff and then coming home and being sad about how hard it is. You could have spent that day watching YouTube videos, learn how to fix a piece of a car and fix your car and save yourself $600. Fix your neighbor's car and earn $600. It would have took you an hour. Learn how to fix a sink. Learn how to patch drywall. You could just go around the houses in your neighborhood because remember, it's all about houses, right? If you learn to fix drywall, most houses have drywall on them. People will be paying you a lot of money just to patch drywall. That's an easy start. YouTube, how to fix drywall. Boom. There's a trillion people. Trillions of videos about it. Trillions of views. Come on. That's what we started doing. In 2020, we saw how crazy it was going. Master Rick, my buddy Mike, all my other friends who were doing work and stuff. Boom, just like that. Like we just went around and started fixing stuff. And I'm like, dude, if the house prices are going like this, I'm grabbing onto that. I'm riding it too. I'm riding it just like that. Just go. Oh my God, car prices are crazy. See a rich person with a car, he's like, oh man, look, I just had this. Hey, I'll fix that for you. How much are they charging? $8,000 to fix that? Me and my buddy can fix it for $3,200. And make sure you get the part. It's that easy. Like I said, it doesn't have to be that. It could be anything else. It could be plants. It could be someone's yard. A lot of my buddies do landscaping. I help them out every once in a while when I can. I'm a crippled old man now, so I really can't do that much. But like I said, if you know about plants, like I said, a lot of TikTokers, they're into plants, and you could help someone out with that and make some money. You know what I'm saying? Like if you moved out to outside of the city, like, oh, we'd be out in the middle of nowhere, blah, blah, blah. Okay, well, if you make money on the internet and you move out to the middle of nowhere, you have like chopped all of your bills to like this, and you're still making this much money and you have this many bills, you break even. A lot of y'all would like to break even right now. I know that for a fact. There's a way. Like I said, there's always a way. You could have chickens in your backyard, learn to raise chickens if you live out in a certain, depending on what zone you live in. Like if you, for those who don't know, there's zones, like depending on the climate or where you're at in America, there's different zones, different things grow at different times of year. And if you learn that, you could grow a lot of your own food. You could supplement having to pay food. You go outside and just pick it off the tree. Not that it's that easy, but for some people it is because they actually spend the time learning. And once you learn enough, you could just go plant some stuff and do it in a way, like certain types of permaculture or food forests, they grow well together. You don't really have to do any work. Like out here, I can look out my window. I see my grass is growing up to the window because it grows so fast because I live in Florida, like I said. But again, if you know where you live, again, a lot of you just live in cities. City. You go from New York to LA to this place to this place. You've been to all these different places. You ain't never even been outside. You've never been outside. So again, depending on where you live, you go outside in New York State, it's way different. Okay? People are living, like I said, a lot of times people are like, oh my God, Brittany, you hear all this crazy stuff? No, I actually been out in the actual rest of the world. I have not even been worried about that. I came back into town to see what's going on, and yeah, all this crazy. Some of it affects me, again, gas prices, prices for, certain things. Yeah, obviously it does affect me, but a lot of this stuff, it really doesn't, because I saw this years ago. We made videos about it. We got censored because they knew we were ahead of the curve, but we were here on YouTube. They could do whatever they want. It doesn't matter because this is the real deal over here. They have other sites like BitChute. I have an Odyssey channel, which is like a backup for this. They've got Rumble. They've got all these other video sharing sites to compete because they're always messing around. So they have a site to back it up so that, nobody, what is it called? So that, nobody completely deletes their content anymore. They don't get kicked off the internet for certain creators like myself. But again, this is a different animal, right? If you want to learn how this works, how that works, this is the place to come. TikTokers, Facebookers, Instagrammers, Twitter users, if you're not a YouTube person, if YouTube is like, we're the right-wing people. No, that's what right-wing people are everywhere. Just like left-wing people everywhere, just like this and that. Everyone's everywhere because they use whatever. But certain websites have more of one type of person versus others. And the type of person that's actually here isn't right-wingers. There's a lot of right-wingers here, but guess what? That pales in comparison to the amount of actual people that use it. Dude, what is it, like 2 billion? It was a couple years ago, it's not 2 billion people view YouTube a day, right? 2 billions of views. Go get you some of that. I'm getting me some right now. They censored, they have me like through like a tiny little peephole. I have to like, let me out. Andy Dufresne with the little wall axe just chisel my way out of the digital prison that they put us in. But hey, it is what it is. Lucky enough to see this video. Hey, welcome. If you are a TikToker, please share this video. Thank you for watching. This is the Adventurer's Guide to the Galaxy. It's been about 40 minutes. Now, I got, like I said, more interviews coming. My friend Daryl, who'll be on the show this upcoming week. We got trying to figure out some topics for Daryl because, you know, we always love Daryl coming by. I'm going to try to get Craig Sawyer on because, like I said, I've been chatting him up in the comments on Instagram. Seems very nice. He's been doing a lot of interviews. I'm going to try to arrange a slate of questions for him so we can have some really good stuff. But like I said, inflation, beating up TikTokers, kicking them, stomping them down. They don't like it. Welcome to YouTube. Welcome to the resistance. Welcome to the real spot. This is really what's going on. You feel what I'm saying? Like this isn't like this isn't some like right wing camp. Like we're actually over here slugging it out, intellectual heavyweights, big time. It's not a joke, man. I'm telling you, YouTube's a different animal. TikTok. I'm so happy to see TikTokers coming in like, oh man, I've never used TikTok before. I've never used YouTube. And they come in here. I talk to them every day, just real, like actual kids. I talk to them. You know, they're out there like just, I go by the college or whatever to get food and they're like, oh, hey, what's going on? I'll just talk to random people. And when I say stuff, if you're like a regular YouTube user, then you'd be like, oh yeah, I've heard about that. But TikTok, they're like, what? I don't get it. So, hey, welcome to it. Thanks for watching. Like the video. When I have time, I'm going to put all this stuff down below. I'm going to go get some breakfast. It's early. It's about, it's 12:10. It's about noon. I'm going to get some food, go to the gym, and then I come back, and then I'm going to be working on some projects, some videos to edit. You know, I got the Adobe Illustrators doing good. It's really awesome. You guys are enjoying the video. Some of my friends have told me, Master Rank, everybody's told me they enjoy the video, so thank you very much. Comment below some of the things that you've going on. If you're new to YouTube, you're a TikToker, you're primarily a TikTok person, or from any other website. Comment below some of the things you've seen. Comment below some of the things you're having issues with. Comment below some of the things that you don't understand so that people in the comments, they can help you out. There's a lot going on YouTube. Anybody, we can take care of it easily. That's why the entire world is like, we got to shut down the YouTube because we're just smacking them away. We're going to come out with some big giant plan. Boom, already crushed that back in the 90s, bro. Come on. We'll bust out an old documentary from the 90s that takes care of any of the stuff that they're trying to mess with today. Come on, bro. This is where it's at. I'm not saying that TikTok doesn't have any great people on there talking about stuff. But again, we've been on that for a long time. So like the video, comment below any issues you're having, comment below anything you're positive. Again, Auto Trader. Auto Trader's always been a place to get cars and boats, jet skis, or whatever you need for a low price. Again, learn it's not Europe. We don't have mass transit and we don't live in a small country or Japan or some other country like that. You know what I'm saying? There's lots of them out there. We don't live in a small country. We live in a big place. They're not doing Disney monorails all through the entire landscape. They're going to have a road. That's it. Yeah, okay? So it's like, that's it. So comment below all the things that you've, just anything you can think of things that are positive that can help people out, things that are negative, things to watch out for. And when I get a chance, I'm going to be putting down below some resources of people you can go to subscribe to so you can get your mind right. Thank you for watching, and I'll be back soon.